Yo, 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 what it do, YouTube? Belal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim is this weekend. And today I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions all the way from the prelims all the way to the main events and my lock of the weeks. Let's get into it. All right. Opening up the entire card, we have a banger. Trust, this is going to be a banger. We have Ketlen Souza versus Arianne Carnelossi. I'm not going to lie. Ketlen Souza. Caitlin Souza isn't really that good though, I'm not gonna lie. She just beats up on a lot of girls who are frail. She has a win over Bruno Brazil. She has a win over Yasmin Hadagi. And when she's fought girls who are bigger than her and like in width or in heights, she ends up losing. She lost to Piera Rodriguez and then she lost to Angela Hill. She beats up on little girls though. That's one thing that I realized. She literally brutalized, dude. She killed Yasmin Hadagi in that fight. I don't know if anyone remembers that fight, but dude, I'm gonna pull it up right here. She killed her. Yasmin Hadagi was gone. I don't think Yasmin Hadagi has looked the same since that fight. I'm not gonna lie. She's looked terrible since that fight, bro. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Ketlen Souza, she does beat up on little girls. Yasmin Hadagi was never the same. She's never even fought, bro. She hasn't fought since that fight. So that's all you need to know. If you're a little girl and you're fighting Ketlen Souza, that's what's going to happen to you. But on the other hand, Arianne Carnelossi, she has wins over Piera Rodriguez. And she has lost to pretty decent girls in the UFC. She lost to Talita Alencar and Lupi Godinez. Those are pretty good losses. They're not losses where it's you're losing to Angela Hill. I mean, guys, can we be serious? If you're losing to Angela Hill, it's going to look bad on you. But Arianne Carnelossi is way bigger in muscle than Ketlen Souza, so I think that's gonna play a big factor. I'm not gonna lie. She got a knockout in round 3. I'm gonna wrap this up quick. I'm giving it knockout. Arianne's gonna win by knockout. Yeah, Arianne's gonna win by knockout. Give me that one. On to the next one. Jeisla Chavez versus Yuneisy Duben. I have a bone to pick with Yuneisy Duben actually. In her debut, she fought Carly Judice and had bet money on her. And she got fucking brutalized, dude. She got brutalized in that fight. So if you're getting brutalized like that, I'm not gonna lie. You can go, man. You can go. You were a plus 2,000 underdog on DWCS. You got a fluke knockout. It wasn't even a fluke. She fought a bum, not gonna lie, but it's whatever. She fought Shannon Clark, so it's are we serious, guys? Are we? And that was a brutal fucking knockout, dude. That was a brutal knockout. She did shake up the apex on that one. But Jeisla Chavez, she's a DWCS girl, and I mean her opponent's combined records are 6-5. She's low key fighting cheeks, if you're not gonna lie. But she is taller than Yuneisy Duben. Dude, I remember I looked at Yuneisy Duben's height, and I honestly did not. No, she was 5'4". I don't think that's right. Because against Carly Judice is pretty tall, though. But, dude, Yuneisy Duben looked like a literal fucking, she looked insanely tiny compared to this girl. So, yeah, I'm going to go for Jeisla Chavez, though. She is a DWCS girl now. I don't remember her fight with Sofia Montenegro. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Jeisla Chavez because she does have the reach on her and she does have the height. And Yuneisy Duben did struggle a lot against Carly Judice, even though it's probably not the same. I mean, it's not the same thing, Carly Judice is an alien. She's pretty tall for the weight. So yeah, and Carly Judice is kind of killing people. So that loss did age well, but I mean, Yuneisy Duben, you got knocked out. This girl's undefeated. We want to see more undefeated women's prospects, bro. We don't want these girls who are 4-3 getting fights and beating up on prospects. So Yuneisy Duben, you can go. You can go to the Lux Fight League. You can go to the Samurai Fight House. And you can have your 13-fight win streak over there. But I think Jeisla Chavez should get that win. I'm going to go Jeisla Chavez decision, though. I'm not going to lie. That's a decision. That's decision written all over it. And that's getting the interview and shaking up the world, crying on the mic and saying, oh, I'm just happy to be here. Yeah, but. All right, on to the next one. This is a sleeper fight, guys. I promise you. I don't know why this is so low. I guess because, if you're opening up the fight with 2 women's cards, you got to get something to wake up the fans because they got a women's fight right after this. If you think Baby Joe is going to beat Jordan Leavitt, the Monkey King, you're in for a wild surprise. I'm not going to lie. Because Jordan Leavitt beat up on Yadir Avaya. He killed Yadir Avaya. He made him like, come on, like Yadir Avaya. I was like, dude, what are we doing? Like, are we serious, bro? Dude, Yadir Avaya, I remember I was so fucking high on this guy, and this guy could not wrestle. This guy's actually, he fucking pissed me off in that fight, because, dude, it's like, he was just letting himself get taken down, and then it's the guard gimmick when they start getting taken down, and it's like, dude, you're undefeated. Let's go, bro. But no, it was like, are we serious? And then the fucking fight before that, he goes and it's like the FBI's investigating this fight because they think his opponent's throwing the fight. Probably fucking did throw the fight. Fuck Yadir Avaya, bro. Jordan Leavitt versus Brito on to the next one. On to like, we're not sidetracking anymore. Joanderson Brito has struggled with heavy grapplers or guys that are going to push you to the fence and kind of leave you there. He did have back-to-back losses to those type of fighters. One was William Gomi, who's going to push you and is going to... His main goal is to win by decision. He's not... His main goal isn't to kill you or to make you pay for your punishment. Make you, you know... He's kind of just to... I'm a fighter. I don't want to hurt you. We're not enemies. We're doing our jobs, so I'm not going to hurt you. So he kind of pushing him against the cage, and yeah. And then he fought Pat Sabatini, and Pat Sabatini fucked him up. Like, dude, Joanderson Brito, like, in that fight, he looked like he was fucking, dude, he couldn't do anything. He was so defenseless in that fight. I think Pat Sabatini was, like, just sitting in quarter guard on him, but yeah, he did fight this other kid named Isaac Thompson. He beat him by decision, but it's like, guys, like, Joanderson Brito, at one point, people were saying he was going to go for the title. They said he was future top 5, and he's fighting guys who were coming in on debuts and, you know, have, like, yeah, you know. So I'm not impressed with Brito. I had him winning by knockout in that fight, but he took it to decision. It's kind of like, was Joanderson Brito really that good? I mean, he has a pretty nasty sub win against Jonathan Pierce, and he beat Jack Shore. He killed Jack Shore. He opened Jack Shore's leg because his brutal leg kicks were so strong and so quick. But then he goes on to lose to William Gomi and then gets brutalized by Pat Sabatini, and he couldn't get up. And he couldn't, in those fights, he couldn't really move. Like, he looked really defenseless. And then he wins by decision against Isaac Thompson. And it's like, are you really that athletic striker that they were selling you to be? You know, like, we were thinking Joanderson Brito's going to be a top 10. He's going to be with the Jean Silvas, with the Steve Garcias, with the Chepe Mariscals, with the, you know, like, with the Diego Lopez's. You know, like, he's going to be in that where we're saying, yeah, Joanderson Brito's with the Sean Woodsons. Like, you know, and this is kind of a wake-up call because a lot of these prospects, are they really prospects? Like, Sean Woodson has never been the same since he got knocked out by Dan Ige. And look at Dan Ige. So when these guys, they do get a heavy test like that, they kind of don't know what to do. And Jordan Leavitt, if you're lazy, he's going to punish you. He's going to be hitting you from these awkward angles, and he's not going to be giving up. I know a lot of people talk about that loss to Paddy Pimblett and then that loss to Chase Hooper. But it's like, you know, like, those guys were at the highs. They were at the highs of their career. Like, Paddy Pimblett, he was fighting him in London. That guy had the pop. And then Jordan Leavitt TKO's Victor Martinez. Victor Martinez kind of got killed on his last fight, like last week on Road to UFC. And he fought Chase Hooper. And I'm pretty sure that's when Jordan Leavitt had the mohawk. And it was like kind of like Chase Hooper was like on his 155 gimmick. So it's like he had pop and shit. So, but it's like, no, like, he beat Kurt Holloway. Kurt Holloway was a pretty good fighter. I don't think he's with the UFC anymore. I'm pretty sure he got cut. But Kurt Holloway did have a decent run. He was fighting guys like, he was fighting Trey Ogden, you know, and he beat Kenan Khrushchevsky. Kenan Khrushchevsky, what did he join the, was it like a fucking idiot who joined the Fighting Nerds? He was a fucking guy who joined the Fighting Nerds, and they were selling him as the next prospect to, the Fighting Nerds never lose. We never lose. And then that motherfucker lost, and they just dropped him from all the media prop. But yeah, I'm sidetracking way too much on this. But I got Jordan Leavitt by decision. I think he's going to do exactly what guys like Pat Sabatini and William Gomi has done to Joanderson Brito in the past. He could win on the feet, but Joanderson Brito is pretty dangerous on the feet. I'm not selling him as a guy who he's a fucking bomb and he's like a slob on the feet and he's so flat-footed. And Joanderson Brito, if you get lazy, he'll throw up a sub or he'll throw some wild strike from out of nowhere and you'll feel that shit. So yeah, I'm gonna go Jordan Leavitt decision though. I feel like he's gonna take it to decision since I don't think Joanderson Brito will give up his back since he does train at Shoot the Box. And it's not with Diego Lima. He does train with Igor Severino though, so yeah, he does have a pretty good training group there. I'm pretty sure Melquizo Costa's in there too at his team. And yeah, Jordan Leavitt's pretty good though. We do see his lows and they kind of just sell him as that, but Jordan Leavitt is a really grimy, gritty wrestler. So yeah, going Jordan Leavitt decision. Give me Jordan Leavitt decision. Enough of that. All right, on to the next one. Zombie Girl versus Stockton's very own Chelsea Chandler. This is a fight we are all looking forward to. I don't know if you guys think otherwise, but this is gonna be a gritty fight. Chelsea Chandler is gritty. Priscila Cachoeira against that fight against Josiane Nunes, she was looking like Sugar Sean. So yeah, I know this is a pick'em, but I don't really know how to pick in this fight. But if you were to ask me who's gonna be gritty, Chelsea Chandler, but who's gonna be technical, Priscila. So it's kind of a throw-up fight where it's like, you know, I can't focus because I remember Chelsea Chandler, she was running away in that one fight. I'm pretty sure it's Norma Dumont. But yeah, they're both on like pretty terrible records right now. Like Chelsea Chandler's 2-3 and Priscila Cachoeira's 1-4. So yeah, I'm gonna go Chelsea Chandler decision though. I don't think she'll get a knockout or a sub, but yeah, and Priscila Cachoeira, we want fighters like this in the UFC. Like, she walked out to Zombie, dude. She's Zombie Girl. She doesn't stop fucking moving when you punch her. But yeah, no, I'm going to go Chelsea Chandler decision. All right, on to the next one. Bruno Silva versus Edgar Chairez. Bro, I'm not going to lie. Bruno Silva versus Edgar Chairez is going to be a really, really, really entertaining high-level fight. You're going to see these guys are going to be moving like fucking balls to the walls as soon as the fight starts. These guys are going to be moving. Like, dude, I promise you they're going to be moving. And mark my words, they will be moving. Like, dude, these guys they're going to be going on a crazy output. Because, dude, these guys, they ride high. But when you catch them, they crash like thunder. Bruno Silva got beat up by Charles Johnson. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was a split, though. Don't get me wrong. He might have got, yeah, it was a split. He did lose a split. And Charles Johnson did get knocked out in his last fight. But Charles Johnson is pretty high level. And Bruno Silva, he got knocked out by Manel Cape and Joshua Van. So we can't be selling him as, the bum off the street, the bum from Brazil. This guy, he knocked out Cody Durden, and he knocked out, he subbed Hyun-Sung Park. My bad. He subbed Hyun-Sung Park. But yeah, and then Edgar Chairez went the distance with Joshua Van, and he beat up on Daniel Lacerda. He had that, was it? I don't think it was a trilogy with Daniel Lacerda. It was 2 fights, but pretty sure Daniel Lacerda pulled out of one of them, and they made it a trilogy. And then he beat Cedric Vergara, and he beat Felipe Bunis. But if you want to be honest, this isn't as easy of a fight as people think for Edgar Chairez. Bruno Silva, he really does have a really high output in the beginning. But when he does gas, you do see that he does start going through like cardiac arrest. Like, you can feel the foaming in his mouth start coming in whenever he's like, you can tell he's getting those gulps of breath and they're coming in harder and harder. And he's just trying to swallow, and you can feel all the saliva just not coming out. Or he tries to spit in the bucket and there's nothing coming out because he's so fucking cotton mouth. It's like insane. So yeah, Bruno Silva does get really gassed when time comes. Like, he starts like I'm not gonna lie, he could fucking die in the cage because of how gassed he gets. But I got Edgar Chairez decision. I don't think he'll sub him. I don't think he'll knock him out because Bruno Silva, he didn't get finished by Charles Johnson. So we do know that, okay, he's not like a finishing guy. That it's, if you want the easy fight, give me Bruno Silva. You don't ask for that. Because Bruno Silva he's pretty fast and he does go crazy. So yeah. I'm going to go Edgar Chairez decision. I don't think he'll finish Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva does have a chance of finishing Edgar Chairez, though, because Edgar Chairez, he was getting fucked up by Joshua Van. And, yeah, I don't want to talk about that fight. I don't like that fight. I don't like the way it ended. On to the next one, bro. This is my fight. This is the fight I'm looking forward to. Not because of Marcus McGhee's comeback. Oh, Marcus McGhee's my favorite fighter. Marcus McGhee. It's Mark. Guys, he skateboards. Guys, he's a skater. He hosts skating tournaments, and he's really old, and he wears skinny jeans, and he skates at the skate park, and he wears Vans, and he wears a cap, and dude, he took Peter Yan to the distance. No, we're not here for that. We're here for John Yannis, the guy who beat up on Nick Aguirre, the guy who fucking killed Jamie Siraj and said, Canada, I'm sorry I did your boy like that. We're here for John Yannis. We're not here for Marcus McGhee. Marcus, you're 38, brother. Go find the day job. It's time, dude. It's time for you to go. John Yannis is nasty, bro. John Yannis is fucking nasty, dude. He flew, that knockout flew over through a lot of people's heads because they said Jamie Siraj. Oh, Jamie Siraj they were saying, oh, he's the next Canadian. He could be GSP. But when he got knocked the fuck out by John Yannis, what'd they say? Oh, he was a bum. He wasn't UFC ready. He was fighting bums. He was fighting cans. He shouldn't be. He had no business being in the cage with John Yannis. Oh, now he didn't have no business being in the cage with John Yannis because, I thought John Yannis was a bum. I thought he got killed and got put in the electric chair by Austin Bashi. No, dude. Guys like John Yannis, when they take that hit, they just keep going up. It's like they're walking up the stairs now. He got fucked up by Austin Bashi. Let me fix myself up. Let me clean myself up. All right, let's keep it moving. Knocks out Jamie Siraj. I know Marcus McGhee's never been knocked out. But I promise you this. John Yannis will be the person to knock out Marcus McGhee. John Yannis' fucking power is insane. Dude, he knocked out this guy, CJ Jimenez. I watched that fight. Dude, he knocked him out cold. He has pop. Like, this guy, dude, when he hits people, they don't fucking move sometimes. And Marcus McGhee, okay, you can say Marcus McGhee has that power. Dude, he's knocking out guys like Gaston Bolaños. Had people talking about that time Ilia Topuria got fraud checked in his early days of the UFC. And then he knocked out JP Buys. Are we fucking serious, dude? We ain't here for that. We are not here for that, dude. We're here for John Yannis. We're here for the guy who's the humble beginnings, who has the 10K followers on IG, and then you go to his store and he's just posting training videos and, let's fucking go, or on a Saturday night, you'll see him post a Bud Light photo watching the fights or a boomerang eating at Applebee's. We're here for that. We're not here for the guy who trains with O'Malley and posts the funny TikToks. We're not here for that. We're here for the guys who are here to fight, bro. We're not here for the guys that, me and Kyler, we're like boys together. We post skits on fight week and we get fucked up. We get fucked up come fight night because we're just fucking around. Dude, no, we're not in middle school, Marcus. You were in middle school about 15 years ago, dude. You got to let go of the skits, bro. The propaganda isn't working. You already lost the fight that was supposed to take you up. Let's just focus on fighting now. Don't try and promote yourself anymore, dude. Just stick to the skating and stick to the fighting. John Yannis, though, dude. That kid is a fucking monster. I promise you, dude. John Yannis is going to knock out Marcus McGhee. John Yannis is going to knock out Marcus McGhee. Give me knockout round 2, John Yannis. Lock it in. Lock it in. On to the next one. Matt Schnell versus Alessandro Costa. I'm low-key mad about this fight. Not because I don't like Alessandro Costa or because I think Matt Schnell's a bum or... No. Emanuel Rodriguez was supposed to fight on this card. And he fucking pulled out. And that's a prospect I saw. And I was like, man, this kid's kind of good. So, yeah, he was on my tier list to become a top 10 by the end of 2026. But if he got injured... and it was a real injury, he's not going to fight the rest of the year. And he's pretty young, so there's no point in rushing it forward. Alessandro Costa, a lot of people think this is an easy win. Probably fucking is, but we always got to root for Matt. It's Matt, Matt's a G, bro. Matt has that loss to Joseph Morales, and everyone thinks, oh, Joseph Morales did the 6-7. He's so cool. 6-7. Oh, he tapped 2 hands with Cody Durden. He got knocked out and his head bashed against the canvas against Steve Urzeg. He got fucking killed by Mateusz Nicolau. And we're not here for that. We're here for the guy who killed Jimmy Flick. We're here for the guy who had that Hell in the Cell match with Sumar Daji. We're here for the guy who beat Tyson Nam. This is why I liked Alessandro Costa back in the day. But dude, if you're losing to fucking Alden Correa, fuck you. I do not like anyone from Joshua Van's camp. Fuck Alden Correa. How about that? Fuck him, dude. I don't like that guy. And it was on Noche UFC. You train. I'm pretty sure he trains at Lobo Gym with Diego Lopez and shit. Dude, he does, because Diego Lopez is in his fucking corner. I'm like stupid right now. But dude, I don't like Alessandro Costa for that reason. And I think Matt Schnell is really long. Matt Schnell, when he gets in the flow state, we haven't seen it these past couple of fights because he's kind of getting killed before he enters that flow state. I think Sumar Daji might have taken years off his life because he was low-key and fucked up in that fight. And then he killed Sumar Daji. And Sumar Daji hadn't fought for like 2 years after that. That shit was crazy, dude. That was a good fight. That's a fight we need in the Hall of Fame, dude. That's a fight. I hope one day we see Matt Schnell and Sumar Daji accepting the award, Hall of Fame award. You know, I hope they get a fight in the Hall of Fame. I hope that fight goes in the Hall of Fame because these are guys that your kids are going to forget about. These are the guys that in 10 years, they're going to be saying, hey, what's the guy's name? The Tibetan Eagle, or what was his name that fought Dave Ratz? What's his name? Matt Schnell. Remember that fucking fight? That's what they're going to be asking us. So, dude, we need Matt Schnell to win because I don't want Matt Schnell getting cut. I know he, like, fake retired when he tapped to Cody Durden. He's, like, kind of shameless for that. He, like, took off the gloves and went running away. But, yeah, give me Matt Schnell. I'm going to go Matt Schnell decision. This is a very, very hard pick for me to make, but I'm going Matt Schnell decision. All right, I'm going Matt Schnell decision, guys. Okay. On to the main card. To open up the main card, we have a banger. Polish Power versus Tafa. Junior Tafa. The gimmick. Iwo versus Junior. I've seen all of Iwo's fights. I saw him fight when he fucked up Ibo Aslan. My TV was actually broken. So in my living room. So we had to put it in my room and watch that fight back because they said it was fucking crazy. And that was a really good card. That was like at the end of last year. I'm pretty sure that was last year. The card that was like the last card of the year before the Paramount. I'm pretty sure that was on Jan versus Merabs. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that was Jan versus Merab though. I know Manuel Torres did knock the fuck out of Grandos in that fight, but on that card, not gonna lie, I'm very scared about this fight. I'm terrified about this fight because Iwo, he does pop these guys, but what if Junior can take those shots? What if he can actually take those shots? That's what's scary. Because if Iwo starts gassing, that's when the Junior goes and starts swinging fucking baseball bats at your body and at your head, and you just get knocked out. He does the Selly, and it's like, oh, this guy really just fucking win. You know, that's how it is. But out of the fight, honestly, I feel like this is gonna be one of those fights where everyone's going knockout round 1, submission round 1. This is going to decision, guys. I promise you, we're gonna see Iwo. Iwo's gonna try and take him out in the first minutes. It's not going to happen. This guy's going to get dropped, whatever. Get back up. It's going to go to decision. It's going to be like a 29-28, 30-27 fucking decision. It's going to be like one of those fights where it's like, oh my God, why is this on the main card? Is what we're going to be asking. But yeah, I'm going Iwo decision. I know he does, bro. He's been knocking the fuck out of these guys. I know that. I'm not a casual, bro. But I just feel like this fight's going to go to decision. Junior Tafa, he got fucked up by Billy Nakana. He got fucked up by Tuco Tokos. Tuco Tokos fucked him up, dude. And Tuco got cut. And Ivan Ursulan, the guy who beat up on Tuco, got cut too. So, why are we keeping Junior Tafa in here? Dude, wait. Why is Junior Tafa so important to the company where guys like Tuco Tokos who have a better record are getting cut, but Junior Tafa, who's fucking 7-5, is still in the UFC. This is what the problem is with the UFC guys. You can't be playing favorites because they're knocking out guys who shouldn't be in the UFC. You know? All right. Decision, Iwo. God, get it out. All right. On to the next one. Bryce Mitchell versus Santiago Luna. Border Boy, your time has come. I saw Border Boy talking about he would like beat the fuck out of He said, quote unquote, I will fuck Tuporia's brother up. Gee, you're guys going the distance with Angel Pacheco and fucking up Kwang Lee. Dude, you're not the next. This is not the next Ryan Douglas. Ryan Douglas. That's funny. But no, Santiago Luna. Like you're not the next prospect. You're not the guy that our kids are gonna be looking up and say, Dad, I want to be like Border Boy. No, Santiago, you're gonna end your UFC career 8-3, bro. You're gonna end your career. You're gonna run a 3-5 losing streak after this. Bryce Mitchell's gonna fuck you up, bro. I promise you. I do not like Santiago Luna at all. I know he does. He does have power, but he didn't really impress me against Angel Pacheco. And Angel Pacheco, he is durable. This is not like, oh, do you even watch fucking fights? Angel Pacheco has never been finished. Yeah, but Angel Pacheco, the guys he's fought have beat him up. Like Kalen Loughran, this guy literally like tore his ACL in that fight. And then Danny Silva beat up Angel Pacheco, and Kalen Loughran beat up Angel Pacheco too. Although it was like, I'm pretty sure it was 29-28. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure that was 29-28 or it was 30-27. It's probably 30-27. But Angel Pacheco, I know he did tear like both his ACLs in that fight. And it was like insane because he hadn't fought for like 2 years. And he fought Santiago Luna. So yeah, but Santiago Luna doesn't impress me at all. I don't see him as a guy who's like, they have the pop where it's like, okay, like for example, like just like I think Elijah Smith would fuck him up. I think Jiu-Jitsu could take him up, beat him up, and then I think a lot of guys. I think Jakub Wiklax is a way better prospect. I think I don't want to say it, but I think Ethan Ewan's a way better prospect than Santiago Luna. Yeah, I just don't like Santiago Luna at all. I'm not gonna lie. He's just one of those fighters where I have to hate him because the fighter is cringe and then the fans, they go the gimmick, I'm so niche because I like the guy who calls himself Border Boy and he has fucking 3 wins by knockout and 5 wins by sub, and we call him the next big thing. We call him Cain Velasquez in our gym. You know that? We call Santiago Luna Cain Velasquez because he fights so much fucking similar to him. It's like no one's saying that. Like no one's saying Santiago Luna is gonna bring it up for us people. You know, like we're not here. You know, we're not fooled by the Santiago Luna prop that we're gonna be getting. And then he took his fight on short notice. Yeah, so because Victor La Mangosta pulled out. So yeah, I think La Mangosta would have fucked Bryce Mitchell up. I think a lot of people would have been surprised in that fight, because they say, oh, who's this guy with the long hair? But dude, that guy was fucking up Charles Jourdain. So yeah, and then he fucked up Pedro Falcao. So yeah, Bryce Mitchell. This two things in this fight can happen. I'm gonna be honest. Santiago Luna could be getting beat up, decision. Okay, he's getting beat up, whatever. And then in the third round, 2 minutes left, he knocks him out. But at bantamweight, that's one of those weight classes where, okay, you can be knocking these guys out. But what's going to happen when you fight a guy like Montel Jackson? A guy who's going to take you down, and if you want to get up, you're going to have to work for it. You're not going to be getting those, okay, like the propaganda getting up with nothing, just getting up off of pure aura, you know? Or if you're fighting the guys like Elijah Smith. Like Elijah Smith, for example, like he was getting beat up by Vince Morales, and he worked for that fight. Like he worked to win that fight. It's not like, oh, like he was getting beat up and then he knocked him out. Like, that went to decision. I'm pretty sure it was like a split. Don't get me wrong, it might have been a split, but yeah, like I think like Santiago Luna, it will catch up if he does end up getting beat up for half the fight and then he knocks him out. Look at John Silva, though. John Silva was fucking up Bryce Mitchell. Well, he wasn't fucking him up. That's what they say. Bryce Mitchell was hitting those oblique kicks. He was using the kicks at range, and he couldn't get close. He subs him in the second round. Okay, whatever. He gets that fight with Diego Lopez, and he gets killed. In these weight classes, it's going to catch up. This isn't like middleweight or heavyweight where it's like, okay, you can do that all the way to your title, and then you get fucked up. No. This is going to happen like early. This is going to happen if you want to break into the top fucking 20. So it's like, yeah. And then Bryce Mitchell, I have him winning by sub in round 2 because Santiago Luna did take this fight really short notice. But he is pretty young. Don't get me wrong. He is pretty young. So I doubt it'll make a big difference. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's a catchweight, though. I don't know if it's a catchweight. It says bantamweight, so it might not be a catchweight. And he's pretty young, so he'll make the weight pretty easily. And it won't. I don't think it'll like change so much about him where it's like, oh, in the fight, after the fight, he'll say, had a brutal weight cut, dealt with some shit backstage, and we'll be back next time. Border boy fans, don't give up on me no more. You know, so it's like, yeah, I got Bryce Mitchell round 2 sub. I think Bryce Mitchell, he was getting beat up by Saeed, but Saeed gassed out. And yeah, he fucked up Chrome Gracie. He killed Chrome Gracie, and he beat up on Dan Higues. So that's already okay. You know? And then he has losses to Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett, that's a terrible loss, don't get me wrong. But we'll move past that. And he lost to John Silva. So, yeah. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because then you guys are going to start saying, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot for picking Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell, round 2 sub. On to the next one. Fares, the smiling killer, versus Tom, Big Train Nolan. Tom Nolan spent all his fucking VC on the tats, first of all. It's like, dude, are we serious? Like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, you're fucking can, dude. Like, you're like, I got beat up by Nicolas Mota. And then he goes on and fights Victor Martinez. And then, let's go. And then he fights Alex Reyes, and Alex Reyes takes him to decision. He fights Vyoshev Borshev, takes him to decision. He beat up on Charlie Campbell, though. He does gain some of my respect for beating up Charlie Campbell. I don't like Charlie Campbell at all. Fuck that guy. Guy's a gimmick. He's like the worst fucking fighter ever. He got knocked out by Chris Duncan. I don't like him. Fares Ziam, the smiling killer. Dude, he beat up on Mike Davis. And nobody does that to Mike Davis. Mike Davis, people forget what Mike Davis even is, though. Mike Davis is a really good fighter. He beats up on a lot of these guys. He beat Natan Levy. He beat Vyoshev Borshev. He beat Mason Jones. You know, these are fights where it's like, fighters where it's like, okay, there's actual names. Natan Levy, he had some wins in the UFC. You know, he did have some wins. He was on a win streak. He was on a 2-fight win streak before he lost to Mike Davis. And he was never the same after that, but whatever happened there. Fares Ziam, he did get on a lot of people's radars after he got that crazy, like, highlight reel knockout over Matt Frevola in Paris. Dude, that was a fucking brutal knockout. This guy turned right into the knee, mouthpiece popped out, pink face and everything, getting beat up. Not gonna lie, though. Fares Ziam's dangerous, dude. Like, he killed Nazim Sadikov. And he beat Mike Davis. Those are really, really, really good names. And he does have a split decision win to Claudio Puelles. But that's before we hit our redemption arc, you know? So, yeah, and then he beat Jai Herbert. No one bangs with the Black Country Banger. And if you bang with the Black Country Banger, you already got that. Okay. Let's okay. He's not a bum. We saw Maldonado try and bang with the Black Country Banger, and look what happened. Got knocked out cold, started yelling and shit. So, yeah, Fares Ziam, he is pretty good, though. He is really good. I do really like him. I didn't really like him before. I just became a fan of him, like a really, really fan about him. I knew about him for a long time, but I wasn't impressed with him. But it was mostly his post-fight interview where he was talking about, you know, where his relative died and everything. So it's kind of heart-touching on why I support him. And I'm like, okay, maybe he's not that bad of a fighter. I mean, he did fuck up Nazim Sadikov and he killed him in that fight, kind of like with 1 second left on the clock. So yeah, but yeah. And Tom Nolan does have the height and reach, which I want to see. I really want to see how Fares deals with that, because he already beat Jai Herbert. But I want to see Tom Nolan too. I want to see if Tom Nolan is a real prospect that people sell him out to be, or if he's just a guy who's just beating up on the Slava classes of the UFC, you know, beating up on Charlie Campbell's. And these guys are really good strikers, though. I do really like both their striking. So, yeah, I'm gonna go for Ziam though. I'm gonna go for Ziam round 3 knockout. I do think he's gonna push the pace on him. They're gonna be pushing the pace on each other, and I think once it hits that 3rd round, Tom's tracks are going to start getting bumpy, and he's going to start moving a little bit slower, going to start backing out a little bit slower too, and he's going to be taking a little bit of gulps during breaks. And yeah, I think Fares is going to take it to him. He's going to give him that pounding, you know? So yeah, give me Fares Ziam. On to the next one. Brendan Allen versus Edmund Golden Boy Shahbazyan. Brendan. He's Brazilian now. Okay. Brendan Allen. Win over Marvin Vettori. Beat up on RDR. RDR was never the same. RDR couldn't walk up the steps. He said he couldn't even walk out the fucking stairs without getting gas. He said, dude, this guy got beat up so bad. Don't forget, he threw in the towel to Brendan Allen. If Brendan Allen gets on you, dude, Brendan Allen's a heavy guy. Like, dude, people forget because, okay, he loses to Imavov, and then he lost to Fluffy. He's a fucking bum. Dude, he beat up Marvin Vettori in the boxing, and then he smashed RDR, who they were saying is one of the craziest grapplers, because he beat up on Bo Nickel. And Bo Nickel was he's the wrestler, and no one beats up wrestlers. Dude, RDR got smashed in that fight. And then Brendan Allen took that on short notice, dude. I'm pretty sure Brendan Allen took that on short notice. Yeah, because Fluffy had pulled out of that fight, I'm pretty sure. Fluffy did pull out of that fight against RDR. And Brendan Allen took that on short notice, and he smashed RDR. RDR got smashed. Like, this guy was, like, crying and shit. Like, that's, like... Dude, Brendan Allen has really underrated grappling. People like to sell it because, he got beat up by Strickland, and Strickland told him, fuck you. Dude, Brendan Allen has dirty boxing, too. He shook Imavov's head. Bro, Imavov, if this was like a game, Imavov's head would have flew off his shoulders, dude. He spun it 360. He went grappling with Anthony Hernandez. Roman Dolidze could not grapple with Anthony Hernandez. He got dragged like a dog. I like Roman, but, dude, you got dragged like a dog. And Brendan Allen went on a grab. That was like, dude, we were looking at, that was like real grappling that we saw. Like, a lot of people like these guys, like, they see the gimmicks, you know? But no, like, Brendan Allen, everyone is selling Edmund Shahbazyan as the next big thing like they've always been. Dude, Edmund Shahbazyan's 3-fight win streak that is supposed to be his claim to the title is the mindless Hulk, Andrei Petrosky, who's 5th generation, and his grandfather saw Russian TV. He saw Drago on his television, and he fought Serge Apano. Dude, this guy got subbed by Gerald Meerschaert. This guy got subbed by Gerald Meerschaert. Where's Gerald Meerschaert now? Where is he at now? If that's the fighter that you're going to be saying is labeled the new king of middleweights, that's all I need to know. This guy got beat up by RDR, beat up by Brad Tavares, beat up by Michael Olashechek, beat up by Kyle Dawkins, and beat up by Jacob Malkoun. And you know what his last win was? Edmund Shahbazyan. You know who his last one was before that? Gerald Meerschaert? Brian Barberina. Dude, Edmund Shahbazyan, they're selling him once again as the prospect that we're gonna be. He finally hit that peak, dude. He's gonna get fucked up by Brendan Allen. I promise you this. It's gonna be a really close first round. Because Edmund Shahbazyan, he's not bad. Don't get me wrong, he's not bad, but he's not that level of Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen could, dude, I promise you, if him and Strickland run that fight back, it's gonna be a whole different story. I don't care that, Hamzat got smashed against Strickland. Dude, Hamzat was a bum. And I was stupid for picking that guy. Because, dude, any fighter on that night would have finished Hamzat Chimaev. Hamzat Chimaev, it was nothing. Same thing with Hamzat. Hamzat fought Kamaru. Dude, he was getting beat up in that fight. I wish Paulo would have never pulled out. Because, dude, we would have this whole middleweight, like, thing that happened with DDP where he lost the belt would have never happened if Paulo would have never pulled out. So it's whatever, though. But, dude, onto like, with the fight we're focused on. Brendan Allen, dude. Brendan Allen has, dude, he's so crafty. Oh, my gosh. Like, dude, I know I'm like so focused on Brendan Allen. But, dude, because Edmund doesn't have anything to offer. He's the most average. He's like Bruno Ferreira. He's like that prospect. Like, we see these guys come and go every time. Why do we push them now? Why are we saying Edmund Shahbazyan's lock of the week? Why are we saying that? You're not niche, bro. This is a train you missed out on 10 years ago. Not actually 10 years ago, but you missed out on it a long time ago. You know? Guy got beat up by Derek Brunson and shit. So it's like, Brendan Allen, I think it's going to be another show in levels. Like, I think it's going to look like how he did against, honestly, RDR. I think Edmund Shahbazyan's going to get subbed in round 2. I have a round 2 sub, Brendan Allen. I think he's going to arm triangle him, honestly. I think he's going to strangle his corpse. You're going to see him turn red. He's going to start tapping. So, yeah. Brendan Allen, it's going to be a really close first. And the second, you're going to see him start taking. They're going to see that rocket go all in. And let's go. He's going to take him down. Give him a good pounding. And then sub him and tap, tap. You hear that? That tap, tap. And we going to make him tap, tap. Tap, tap. Make him tap, tap. All right. On to the final. The main events. Belal. Remember the name. Remember the name. Versus Gabriel Bonfim. A lot of people are saying Gabriel Bonfim sub. Dude. Do we not forget how Gabriel Bonfim almost died against Wonderboy? He won a split. I know he turned Chaos Williams into the Joker, and he killed Randy Brown on the main event, and he's on a 3-fight win streak. Well, he's on a 3-fight win streak. He's on a 4-fight win streak. But if you're getting beat up by Nicholas Dalby, he got wilted by Nicholas Dalby. Wilted. I think Belal, I don't like Belal right now. He's not on my list. He lost to Jack Dilla, and that's a really bad loss. Jack Dilla quit to leg kicks against Prates. And he lost to Ian Gary. Ian Gary's not a bad loss. This is the real test, though. Is Belal washed? Or are the guys he was fighting just way better than him, and they were just leagues? So, I think Belal's gonna take it to him, and he's not gonna make it quick. This is not a fight that's gonna end quick. This is a fight that's gonna go to the 4th or the 5th round, and I think Belal will get a TKO in the 4th. I think Gabriel, past the 3rd, it's gonna be like, what am I doing? Like, he's gonna be saying, dude, like, his corner's gonna be clueless. They're gonna say, why is this guy not falling with every shot? Why is he not able to fall down easily when I'm trying to take him down? I think people are going to remember the name this time. I think this is going to be a dominant performance by Belal. I think he's going to showcase the boxing again. He's going to showcase the clinch work. He's going to slam him a couple times. I think Belal's going to have his way with him. I think it's going to be one of those fights where it's, oh, dude, if Belal subs this fucking guy because of how easy Gabriel Bonfim was. Gabriel Bonfim's 19-1. I'm selling this fight as a okay. This is going to go the distance and maybe a 3-2, you know, maybe a 50-40, maybe not, maybe a 48-47. If this goes 50-45 or a knockout or if fucking Belal subs him, dude, Belal hasn't subbed someone in a fucking long time. So if you get subbed by Belal, the last time we got a sub was in 2019, dude. If he subs Gabriel Bonfim, who hosts the jiu-jitsu gym with his brother, Ismael, that's bad. I don't think it'll happen, but if Belal is still like that and Gabriel was never like that, then Gabriel's management team might have threw him with the sharks. A little guppy trying to swim with the big guppies and the big fish, you know? So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking Belal round 4 TKO. I think it's gonna be like when he TKO'd Sean Brady. I don't think he's gonna knock him out. Like, I don't think this is a fight where it's like, okay, we're gonna see Gabriel Bonfim go limp like a board, gonna fall like a board, stiff as a board. No, I think it's gonna be one of those fights where it's like he's so gassed, he just gets backed up and he's getting hit like a crazy flurry. So yeah, I got Belal round 4 knockout, round 4 TKO, round 4 TKO. On to the lock of the weeks, guys, or actually the lock of the week. I'm ready to make you guys some money. John Yannis to win by anything at a plus 375. Call it in, guys. Let me know what you guys think about my predictions and my locks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.